What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you guys a quick morning market update as Bitcoin has gotten a move up overnight and we are approaching some interesting levels of resistance. Now, in this video, I want to just go over some of those levels that are above us that are going to likely give us some really strong resistance, and some of those levels are actually the doorway to higher prices, looking up at the levels of about $30,000 to $32,000 that everybody and their grandma is looking at. So I want to go over those key levels, and I just want to give you guys my general thoughts and let you guys know where I think Bitcoin is going in the medium term, and let you guys know if I'm leaning bullish or bearish. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these urgent market updates or awesome tutorials that we upload to the channel. Now, as I said, guys, Bitcoin did get a move to the upside. So to start off this video, I do want to start with a clip from yesterday's morning market update that talks about what we were seeing at the lows of this range that was making us expect this move to the upside. So I just want to run that clip really quickly because I think it's a good teachable moment, and it kind of gives you insight into what I was looking at to expect this move to the upside, and just to kind of see that play out. However, something to realize here is we have put in a bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. Now, this may get invalidated pretty quickly here as that VWAP is coming down, but just something to realize here is we are putting in that bullish divergence on the 1 hour with our higher lows on our momentum waves and our lower lows on price, which typically warrants a correction to the upside. And in that case, guys, the level here, which is the value area low coming in at 27,166, would be the level we need to get above and hold in order to open up the door to some higher prices. That could open up the door to potentially getting a ride up to our point of control of this range, coming in at about $28,000. So, guys, there you go. That was yesterday's morning market update, and that is basically what we were looking for. And the reason I brought that video up, guys, is because that is almost exactly what we saw happen, almost like eerily similar to exactly how I drew it. But we did have these lower lows coming in on our price action on the 1 hour time frame, where we also had our higher lows coming in on our momentum waves, which was giving us that bullish divergence. And because we were below our range, a lot of times with these volume profiles, guys, you know that when you come out of your volume profile or out of your value area between the value area high and value area low, it is likely that price will get sucked back into that value area, and more specifically get sucked towards that point of control, which was coming in at about that $28,000 level. And we even got that push up, which we were also looking in that video, but I didn't want to play the clip for that long. But we did eventually get that move right up to our value area high, just as expected, because that's the way you trade the volume profiles. Once you get above that value area low and you flip it to support right there, that's exactly how I drew it yesterday. Once you get above that value area low, flip it to support, that's where you're likely to get that move up to your POC. And then, you know, because you are accepted back into your value area and holding support, you know it's likely for, or more likely than not, for your price to come up to your value area high. And guys, this is a long position that I am currently in with the premium Discord. You can see we are up 44% on this long right now. Now, this was supposed to just be a scalp long to the top of that value area high, which we are sitting right on top of as we speak. Now, this was our final take profit for the trade. However, I'm going to go ahead and lock in my profits, move my stop loss into profit, and then hold a little bit of a moon bag in case we get a breakout to some higher prices. I can then hold this trade for longer, and my little scalp trade from the bottom of the range to the top of the range might wind up running a little bit longer, turning it into an absolute grand slam trade. So shout out to the premium Discord, or as I call it, the kitchen. For anyone who saw that trade setup, it is playing out absolutely flawlessly, and maybe we can even turn this into a grand slam trade. And guys, that is the importance of looking at the charts in terms of these ranges, where you're just looking for these small scalp trades from the low to the high, and then you're just going to be looking for shorts from the highs to the lows if you can get the setups. And if this trade decides to run, that's where you can get massive trades. You don't want to be looking for home runs and grand slams, guys. You want to go for the singles and the doubles. And then if you're trading in this way, looking at your sideways ranges, you can get those singles and the doubles from the bottom of the range to the top of the range, back to the bottom of the range, back to the top of the range. And then when price decides to run, you are likely going to be in a position from the opposite end of that range, making it a beautiful entry for a longer swing position. But you don't want to consistently go for those trades. You want to go for the smaller trades, and then the ones that run wind up paying you out a little bit extra. But speaking of coming up to higher prices, guys, let's take a look at some of the key levels that we have above us that we need to be keeping an eye on for some strong resistance. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, some of these levels actually do hold Bitcoin back from reaching those next levels. Now, guys, if we can get a continued move up here and we can crack that level at about 30K, the reason I am calling this the door to 30K is because once we get above this level and flip it to support, we will essentially be getting accepted back into this value area, and these levels from back here are going to likely be respected over here as well. So if we can get above that level at about 28.8K and hold this purple box as support, that will open the door to come up and visit our point of control of that previous range, which is coming in at about $30,000 even. And then once we can get above that level, it will open up the door to potentially get a ride up into the top of this range, which gets you to that 31 to 32K level. So those are the next key levels I am looking at to the upside, guys. And again, guys, that most important level of resistance to get above here is going to be that level at about 28.8K, or even this purple box at about 29K. Once we get above here and start ranging around, that's where you can get that move up to your POC and then eventually your value area high, which is what everybody's looking for. But guys, you also do not want to forget that we do still have that 2-day bearish divergence printing. Now, I know we are getting a little move to the upside. However, we are still printing this bearish divergence, as you can see with our higher highs on our price action and our lower highs on our momentum waves. Again, this is more of a bearish signal, so we just want to keep an eye on this because it's on such a high time frame. It can wind up bringing us down, and that 3-day is also starting to print this. However, we may see this little short-term pump continue. You do want to realize that we are in a strong uptrend, so I am not expecting these divergences to really be that big of a move down. I would expect them to kind of show up as consolidation or just small pullbacks. And then when we come down to the daily, you can see finally here, we are starting to get that daily money flow to round to the upside, and that VWAP is coming straight up towards that 0 line, looking to give us a green dot soon, which makes me think that maybe we can come up and push a little bit higher before seeing that 2-day bear div play out or that 3-day bear div start to print. But by looking at our volume profile, guys, we can kind of get a little insight into what the market is going to do, because if we wind up coming up and tapping this level and getting rejected, we may start to expect that we are going to come down and get re-accepted back into this value area, at which point I will basically just be treating this as a sideways range. I will likely be looking for shorts, up somewhere in that purple box, and then if we do come down, once we break that value area high at $28,375 and we cannot get back above that level, that's where I would expect a move potentially all the way back down to the value area low of the range, basically looking for what we were looking for here, but inverse, right? So that is basically what I'm looking for on Bitcoin, guys. Now, real quick, before I let you guys go, I do want to go over and check out XRP, because you guys will remember in my market update yesterday, we were looking at XRP showing some really, really bullish signs at about 52 cents. And we were talking about how this may open the door to get a move up to between about 58 and 60 cents, which is our next 60 cents would be the next major level of resistance. And as you can see here, guys, XRP did wind up getting that run. We were looking at this blue box saying, hey, if we can get back into this blue box and break out, that is where we open up the low volume gap, just like we were just looking at on Bitcoin. XRP had that fall off in volume. You can see here as we zoom out a little bit and I pull up the visible range volume profile, right after we broke that blue box, this was our key level we were looking to get above, because if you look at your volume, right after you break out of that blue box, you have a massive fall off in volume coming up to about 58K, which is is where these levels came from that I pulled up on my live stream last night when we were looking for some higher targets for XRP. And what happened, guys? We ripped up right to that top level. We did not hit that 60K level just yet, but we came right up to that 58K level. And that is just a testament to the volume profiles, guys. We came up and tapped that little ledge of volume right there and got the rejection. And that is basically where we got that level from. We also had some wicks down here that we were expecting to reject. And that is basically where we were getting those levels from. And you could see how accurate the volume profiles can be, where you could just say, hey, it looks like that next stop is going to be 58 cents, and then boom, you come up and almost hit it to the dollar. The next major level of resistance I will keep looking at here on XRP is going to be that golden pocket between about 60 and 62 cents. And again, with that weekly money flow crossover on the regular candles, XRP, if we can maintain this green money flow crossover and confirm it, that could wind up being very, very bullish for XRP. And maybe we can even get up to that next level, past that 62 cent level, up to that 67 cent level. But you do want to just be careful that we're not getting faked out with a little bit of green here and then right back into the red. But again, we have spent so much time in the red here with money flow that I think it may be time to kind of cross over here and get a bigger move up. But there you go, guys. Super happy that XRP decided to play out like that. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all I got for today's market update. I just wanted to give you those key levels to the upside and just kind of give you a little bit of an update of where I think Bitcoin's going to go. And just wanted to check in on our boy XRP because it is absolutely stealing the show. So guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Let's go XRP Army. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go. At the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide.